This is a newborn Cavalier King Charles Spaniel puppy. He was born just about an hour ago. He's a black and tan. Of course, as any newborn puppy, his eyes haven't opened, and they won't for at least another week or so, and his ears are also closed. So he's kind of limited to feel and smell right now. If we take a look at his belly, and its cute little feet, you can see the umbilical cord is still there. And to determine the sex of the puppy, you have to look at where his sex organ is actually located, because the male and female sex organs really look pretty much the same, except that for the boys it's up high, up near the umbilical cord, whereas for the girls it would be down low about where the thumb is there. So we can see his sex organ is up high, so we know he's a boy. He weighs 8.2 ounces, which is a pretty good size for a Cavalier puppy. Okay, this Cavalier puppy was born about 10 minutes ago. He's a Blenheim, which is what we call the ones that are marked with red markings against a white background. And he's got a nice little Blenheim spot on his forehead. And if we take a look at his belly, again, we had to tie off the umbilical cord because he was bleeding a little there. But again, if you notice where his sex organ is, it's up high, right there. And that means he's a boy. He was actually stuck in his mother's birth canal. Here's Mom. Say hi. Stuck in his mother's birth canal for about 45 minutes. As long as the amniotic sac that the puppies are in is not broken, they don't have to start breathing yet. And so he was just fine in there, and then as soon as he came out, we got him breathing, and he's ready to nurse. Okay, this little black and tan Cavalier, just minutes old, was just born, and the fact that she's crying is a very good thing. That's what we look for. If you look down at her belly, you will notice that her sex organ is down low, which means it's a female sex organ, which means we have a little girl. Once the puppies are born, they do need to nurse from their mother as quickly as possible. The mother provides them with colostrum in the milk, and the colostrum is only present in the first hours after the puppies are born. So this little girl was the last one born so far, and she's nursing very nicely, and she's getting her colostrum. The other two have already nursed, and once everybody's born, we will put them with their mother so that they can all nurse at once. Here they are. Whoops. There's one black and tan boy. There's the other. There's our little black and tan girl. And finally, our Blenheim Boy. This is the same litter, now 9 days old, and you'll notice they're quite a bit bigger. They are more than double their size. This was Carson, the last boy that was born. Oops, sorry, Carson. And he's over a pound now. Of course, I interrupted his meal, so he's not real happy about that. But we do expect them to double their weight in the first 7 to 8 days. So they've all done more than that. And they're still nursing on their mother, One of the things that puppies do when they nurse is you'll notice their front paws. You look at this little guy here. This is Mookie. You could see his front paw was kind of pummeling on the mammary glands, and here there's Carson pummeling also. So their front paws sort of pummel, which helps the milk flow, but their nails are starting to grow out, and that can be a little painful for their mother. They do need their nails because they're not able to walk yet. All they can do is crawl, so they need the nails to get a little bit of traction on the padding. However, we don't want to make it painful for the mom when they nurse. So we do a very quick and light trimming. Excuse me, Mookie, I'm sorry. And because their nails are so small, we use a cat paw clipper, not a dog clipper, to do that. So it's a little bit tricky because they're very, they have a lot of movement. But all we want to do is just take off the sharp tip of each. Easy, Mook. Oh, it's okay, buddy. So we just want to take off the sharp tip of each nail, not cutting too deep. We certainly don't want their nails to bleed, and we don't want them to lose traction. Something else that we like to do in the first week or two is to give them a little bit of very preliminary socialization by stimulating them neurologically. Well, puppies really don't get a lot of stimulation. All they have is a tactile sense. Their eyes are not open yet, their ears are not open yet. They smell and they feel, and that's about all. So in order to get them to develop more quickly neurologically and get them to be more compliant with their environment as they get older, we provide a little neural stimulation. It consists of very simple things, like, for example, putting them into positions that they're not accustomed to, like being straight up or straight down or on their backs, tickling their paws, and the nail clipping also helps to provide that stimulation, giving them sensations of hot and cold. I also like to nuzzle them, and I like to talk to them, because if I talk to them with my mouth right up against their body, they may not hear my voice through their ears, but they're going to feel that vibration. So any simple neural stimulation that we can give in the first days is very helpful. Our puppies are now about 2.5 weeks old, and they're progressing very nicely. They've all gained quite a bit of weight. They're all well over 1 pound. Some of them are approaching 2 pounds in weight. They were born at about 8 ounces, so they've done quite well. At this point, their eyes and ears are open. Oh, this is Carson right here. Carson, hey, look, buddy. And Carson is, oh, there's Mom taking care of him. But Carson's eyes are open, and he's able to focus on some things, sort of, but he'll focus better in another week or so. So they are still in the whelping box, and the mom stays there quite a bit with them, but she can come and go as she pleases, and at this age, she tends to stay out a lot more than she did when they were very young. That little well circular area that they're in is heated just slightly, just to keep their temperature at the right level. Now they're able to maintain their body temperature a little bit better than they could when they were first born. You'll notice one of the puppies right now is trying to stand up on his front legs, but can't. Just sort of lifts up a little bit, but and you can see his eyes are open, and he's starting to look at things, and he even looks at me when I talk to him, right? His ears are open, so he can hear what I'm saying, and this is actually part of the socialization process. Our puppies are 3.5 weeks old now, and they are struggling to learn to walk. They have good strength in their front legs, still trying to get the back legs to work right for them. Puppies are 4 weeks old now, and they're walking around and interacting with each other and exercising their little voices. All right, at 4 weeks, we're going to try to start the weaning process and give the puppies their first taste of solid food. All they've had their entire lives so far is their mother's milk. So in order to give them something that is nutritious and fit for their stage of life and also it tastes good to them, we have a starter mousse, which is it's a soft food. It's designed for very young puppies, and it's extremely tasty to them. We take a very small spoon and just take a little bit on the spoon, and the first time we have to kind of put it in their mouth and scrape it up against the roof of their mouth to get them to take some. Although he seems pretty anxious to take it. So he licks it, but if we scrape a little bit onto the roof of his mouth using his front teeth, and that forces him to have some in his mouth, which of course he then has to chew, and he does seem to like it. And we just give them a small amount, maybe half an ounce or an ounce of this. And he'll go back to his mother for milk. But every day we'll give them a little bit of feeding so that they will learn that they have another way to get their nutrition. And for several days now we've been spoon feeding them a little bit of soft food, and they've taken to it very nicely. So right now we're going to try for the very first time allowing them to eat some of the soft food out of a dish, and they'll probably make a big mess of it and walk through it and everything, but they should be attracted to the taste and especially the smell of it. Dogs have very sensitive smell. So let's see what happens. We'll bring them over to the dish so they can see what it is. Well, we have a nice sunny day, so at 5 weeks old, we're taking the puppies out for their very, very first time outdoors. There they are. They have not been outside yet in their lives. It's their first time. All right.
He's a little nervous. Are you nervous? Oh my goodness. I love that. It's okay.
What's up, Carson? Where you going, Carson?
doing? Huh? Abby! Hi, honey. What's wrong? Come look. You run into my foot. Hey, Puppies, come here. Who's gonna be the first one? Who's gonna be the first one? Oh, Branson! Branson! Good boy! This is a big one. Yay! Good boy!
Seven weeks old, and puppies are learning to play now, and instrumental in teaching them how to play is their mother. She kind of taunts them and then runs around and hopes that they'll follow her. Come on, Pamuk. 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 Eight weeks old, and these puppies absolutely love their food. They eat so fast. Our puppies are 9 weeks old now. Little Pamuk here is the guy that we're going to be keeping. We think he's going to be a good show dog. And I just started yesterday using some clicker training to teach him to put his paws up on a footstool, which is kind of the first step in getting him to stack correctly. So I'll show you a couple of those. Come here. Pamuk. Pamuk. Paws up. Whoops, you dropped it. Paws up. Paws up. Whoopsie. Paws up. Paws up. What a good boy. What a good boy. Well, our litter is now 10 weeks old, and they're ready for the next phase in their lives. Our first puppy is going to a new home today. This is Branson, and he's going to be going to a home in Massachusetts, and we are going to give him his first bath. Well, not his first bath, but he's going to give him his bath today so that he'll be nice and clean for his new owners. And all the puppies that we're not keeping, we're going to be placing in new homes this week. So Branson, boop, 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 boop. Are you ready for your bath? Let's go. What a good boy. You're a good boy. Get those little ears, which will become nice big floppy ears when you're older. And your little tail that'll have nice feathering on it. But you have to grow up first. You're just a boy. Okay. Nice rinse. One more rinse of your belly. What a good boy you are. Yes, I know you don't like this, but you'll get used to it as you get older. It's okay. Okay, buddy. Let's just squeeze out the extra water, and then we're going to wrap you up in a towel and get you dry, okay? Here's your towel. See what it says on the towel? It says, good dog. And you're a good dog. Okay, well, Branson is going to his new home. He is now 10 weeks old. Goodbye, little buddy. Be a good boy.
Bye. Say bye-bye.
Say bye. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Stay home. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
This is 10-week-old Pamuk, and he is not going to any other home. He's going to stay with us because we think he has potential as a show dog. So maybe we'll do another video one day that shows his progress. But just watch out for him, right, Pamuk? You're going to be a good boy. You are very good.